This time on Film Ranker, we are looking at one of the most divisive directors working today, Zack Snyder. Some love his signature style, others not so much, but whether you think his films are stylish fun or style over substance, they're definitely worth talking about, so let's count them down. Justice League. You could question whether this one even belongs on the list, as it was really filmed by committee, and for better or for worse, not exactly Snyder's vision. Whoever's film this one is, it's hard to argue that it was a bit of a disappointing first time out for DC's biggest super team. While some bits work, like Wonder Woman and Aquaman, the overall package does not pay off. Legend of the Guardians, the Owls of Ga'Hoole. This is a great looking movie, as Snyder's directorial strengths lend themselves well to the world of CGI animation, and it's actually not a terrible story either for what it is. The tricky part comes in finding an audience. It's a bit too grown up for kids, but not enough for adults, and it doesn't have that Secret of Nim charm to hit that sweet spot right in between. Still, it is worth a weekend afternoon watch. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. This movie gets a lot of hate, and much of it is well-deserved, but there is an okay movie hidden in the over-bloated runtime and the overthought choices. Where the film works best is when the three key superheroes are on screen, especially when they're setting the stage for Justice League. The problems are mostly, though not entirely, due to all the other threads that are getting involved, the incongruous character choices, and a not very Lex-ish Luthor. Man of Steel. This is by far the best of Snyder's DC films, yet the tone is a bit serious, the product placement is ubiquitous, Jonathan is a little bit strange, and Henry Cavill is stiff as a board. But the fights do pack quite a punch. The opening is a really cool look at Krypton, and Michael Shannon knocks it out of the park as General Zod. It's certainly messy, but it is better than a lot of the other Superman films. Sucker Punch. You don't get much more Zack Snyder-y than this. This is eternal golden hour, speed scaling, style out the wazoo, and this is everything 15-year-old me would possibly want in a movie. Samurai, steampunk Nazis, dragons, robots on a space train heist, all centering around a team of very cool ladies. The problem is all that style comes at the expense of story. The movie's a little bit like Baby Doll's escape plan. There are things that Zack Snyder knows he wants to collect, but he hasn't really thought about how to put them together. Dawn of the Dead. Snyder's directorial debut doesn't have the style and tricks that he would become known for, but it does show that he knows his way around a camera. Remaking an all-time classic is a tall order for a first-time director, but Snyder mostly accomplishes his goal, especially when it comes to the action sequences that combine the old with the new. Aided by a tight script by James Gunn, this remake is fresh enough to warrant its existence while respecting the original enough not to alienate fans. 300. This is where Snyder really established his signature style. The story is exceedingly simple. 300 Spartans fight a bunch of increasingly difficult and outlandish enemies. It could have led to a one-note story, and it still kinda does, but Snyder uses every trick in his stylish book to take the heart of Frank Miller and Lynn Varney's comic book and splash it all over the big screen. It is ridiculous, but boy is it fun. Watchmen. Every film on this list is divisive, and Watchmen is no exception. Its detractors miss the ending of the comic, and they want more Top Knots and Black Freighter and Scientist Island, and I definitely understand those pleas. That said, the film that Snyder puts together is about as good an adaptation of an incredibly deep series that could be done in under 3 hours. The visuals are bang on, the pacing is great, and the performances are fantastic across the board, especially Jackie Earle Haley, who is the living embodiment of Rorschach. Watchmen is Snyder's biggest success. And that wraps up another episode. Whether you agreed or not, I hope you had fun watching and maybe want to click the things to subscribe or check out some of the other videos. Also, feel free to post in the comments and tell me which Snyder movies you either love or loathe the most. And hopefully, I'll see you all next time.